Hey, before we get into this video, I just want to let you guys know I'm a little under the weather, but I'm gonna do the best I can do. I feel like we should be able to still get through everything, but just work with me, people. I know y'all my folks, but just work with me.
Ladies, I need you to understand that as much as some men try to act as if there is no value in a woman cooking, cleaning, and doing the laundry, as much as they try to act like that is not equal to them going out and working 40 hours a week, I want you to know they're well aware. Look at these comments. This comment says, I ain't nobody's slave. I'll cater to her if her feminine energy gives me the motivation to do so. Slave? So a person cooking, cleaning, doing the laundry, and taking care of the kids is a slave? That y'all never say that when a woman does it. 300K or a million, she's still gonna come home and cook and clean. Because for some men, they only want a wife appliance. They don't care how much money you make. They think that the reason why they married you is so that you could do those things for them. The first thing she will do is find someone better than you. It's because some men are insecure. When all they have to offer is money and you don't need that, they don't know what else that you'll want from them. Now, this one is one of my personal favorites because I love when men tell on themselves. Gotta break that self-esteem down and play some head games. See, here they are openly admitting that they try to humble women when they're the ones that feel insecure. Never let a man downplay the worth and value of a stay-at-home mom and what she does around the house, because most of them would never trade places with her for less than 6 figures.
It's one of the most like bizarre phenomenons to me. Well, it's not bizarre because I get it. I don't want to say it's bizarre, but it's bizarre that they openly admit it. I think that's the part that is always a little strange. But yeah, let's get into it. So right off the rip, for me, I just think this is so funny because this dude don't make $300,000 a year, but for him to be a stay-at-home father or a stay-at-home husband or whatever, his wife needs to make $300,000 while he makes 55, while he makes 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, 90,000, while he makes $90,000 a year, and expects his woman to do all the labor in the home. That's whether she works or not. But if she doesn't work, for sure, he expects, for him to do it, she has to make $300,000. Just like right off the bat, I'm like, so you guys know how valuable it is, right? Because you wouldn't do it for a woman that made $90,000 a year, and most men don't make that much money. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to be clear. I'm just doing that to show you that even if you give them 90,000, even if you give them 100,000, 120,000, it's not enough money. It's not enough money in most states.
Ladies, I need you to understand that as much as some men try to act as if there is no value in a woman cooking, cleaning, and doing the laundry, as much as they try to act like that is not equal to them going out and working 40 hours a week, I want you to know they're well aware. Look,
every time that I've had this discussion, the men will be like, yeah, it's harder to go out in the world and work. I'll give this analogy because it always works. Or this is not an analogy. It's a way to look at it. We just got to look at it like raw data, right? So men who work outside of the home, you just make more money, right? Sometimes you guys may work a little bit more overtime. Let's say I love to give people grace because I don't need to be like extreme to make a point. So let's say that when you were just taking care of yourself, you were working 40 hours a week. Now you have a family to take care of. Now you're working 50 hours a week. Okay. Right. Was that a 20% increase ish? 25%? Okay. That's a lot. Cool. So you're working 25% more. Gotcha. All right. But now let's talk about in the home. Let's talk about the labor in the home, right? So when you meet your wife or your girl or whatever, she only has to clean up after herself. She only has to clean up after one person, right? She only has to give one person a bath, one person a shower, whatever. She only has to make sure that she brushes her teeth. She only has to make sure that she makes enough food for herself, right? She doesn't have to clean 4 dishes. She only has to clean her dish, right? So It is so where with the men that work outside of the home, that's a 25% increase, and that's significant. But let's go one person take care of themselves, family of 4, right? So she went from taking care of herself to taking care of 4 people, right? And here's the thing about it. It doesn't even translate this way because it actually gets harder and harder and harder, which with every new person. But let's just say it stays consistent, right? So she is now doing 4 times more labor than she was doing before when it was just her. You're doing 25% more labor. She's doing 400% more labor. That's the disconnect. That's what I be trying to get through to the men. I'm like, why is your job harder? I'm not understanding. Because you're working a few more hours after, like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not understanding that at all.
Look at these comments. This comment says, I ain't nobody's slave. I'll cater to her if her feminine energy gives me the motivation to do so.
I've heard so many men talk about being a stay-at-home mother as, I mean, when you applied that to them, or you tried to, when you ask them like, hey, would you be a stay-at-home for, oh, I ain't no slave. And I'm like, what? Wow. Y'all do just want wife slaves. That's just what it is.
Slave? So a person cooking, cleaning, doing the laundry, and taking care of the kids is a slave? That y'all never say that when a woman does it.
Never.
300K or $1 million, she's still gonna come home and cook and clean.
Which is true because women who make more money than their men still come home and do considerable amounts of labor in the home, still more than the man on average, even when she works outside of the home, even when she's the breadwinner. So that's why I like, when it comes to men being, I'm like, a part of me wishes that women were the breadwinners, because women would still contribute to the relationship, right? They would still come home and do the labor. It's really fucked up that men are the ones who, we designed the system in such a way that, it benefits men, because women are actually the ones who should be the breadwinners based on, their socialization and their nature. Because a woman is still going to come home, like a woman's not going to be able to come home and just be like, oh, let me just go to my woman cave. Like, that's not going to happen. She's going to be like, okay. And she's going to ask you what she needs to do. She's literally just going to start doing it. She's going to be like, oh, the kitchen needs to be clean. The clothes need to be folded. The dishwasher needs to be empty. Like, she's going to just start doing it.
For some men, they only want a wife appliance. They don't care how much money you make. They think that the reason why they married you is so that you could do those things for them. The first thing she will do is find someone better than you. It's because some men are insecure when
the first thing she'll do is find somebody better than you. It's crazy. Listen to what I said. When the woman is the breadwinner or more, the sole provider, she does more labor in the home than the man, and does more labor in the home than the average woman does. That doesn't sound like a woman that's looking for another man. But that's that victim mentality that men have, because after so long of just watching you be a fucking loser, yeah, she's out. It's you fucked up. She didn't.
They have to offer is money, and you don't need that. They don't know what else that you'll want from them. Now, this one is one of my personal favorites because I love when men tell on themselves. Gotta break that self-esteem down and play some head games. See, here they are openly admitting that they
openly admitting to narcissistic abuse. Openly admitting to narcissistic abuse. Playing the head games, devaluing her worth. But the funny thing is men do this every day online. Men do these same tactics every day online. So I know you guys are doing this at the house. You guys are negging women online on public platforms in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people. So I know when you get home, that's what you're doing. You're practicing online so you can master, you know what I mean? Like you're honing your craft so that when you get home, you can do it to your wife or your girlfriend if you have one. That's the reality.
Try to humble women when they're the ones that feel insecure.
That's all that, like, Big Mo, I see you, big money. I see you, big money. Every single time I hear these dudes, I always think of Paid in Full, and I think of Mitch's uncle. Like, a lot of y'all act like Mitch's uncle when it comes to these women and their success. That's just what it is. Y'all Mitch's uncle.
Never let a man downplay the worth and value of a stay-at-home mom and what she does around the house, because most of them would never trade places with her for less than 6 figures.
That's a fact.